Hello everybody and welcome back to another On The Table episode, guys. Speaking of On The Table, my desk is getting absolutely horrendously messy again, which is mad considering I've not actually done much work on here. It's kind of just become a dumping ground for shit. Anyway guys, so hello and welcome. Who would like to see some of the progress that I made on my Black Shields? Anyone? Anyone? Yes, but we'll come to that in just a second. First of all, an apology, I've been a bit absent for a couple of weeks. Work has literally been tiring me out. I had to do a insane shift the other day. I had to do a 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 12 o'clock at night shift, and I had to be back in again for 8 o'clock in the morning, which was fucking horrendous, as you might think. Basically, work has been proper tiring me out. On a plus side, though, I am losing a lot of weight because of all the lifting and all the running about, so that is a bonus. But anyway, I digress. You guys want to see what I've done so far with my Black Shield Space Marines. So I'm going to show you guys. With the Black Shields, I've decided to opt for units of 7. I don't know why units of 7. The number just kind of drew me to it. I think mainly it's because obviously you've got 5. And if I'm going to be using the Legion of the Damned rules, you know, 5 is like 125 points, and then 6, 7, so an extra 2 guys with special weapons or heavy weapons isn't too bad. It's not too bad. And it's, plus, it looks like quite a nice squad size as well, let's face it. With the Black Shield, I actually discovered that there are proper rules for them. In, I think, Imperial Armour Volume 6. I looked at them, and it's basically just Space Marines with a couple of extra little bitty rules on there, and also they can take a much more varied amount of war gear. And they can even take some Xenos weapons and stuff like that. And I think, whilst the rules are there, I don't really want to buy a huge Imperial Armour book just for those rules. So I think in games of 40k at least, I'll be sticking to using the Legion of the Damned rules just because they're a little bit easier to recall, should we say. And plus, I've already kind of based my squads around like what Legion of the Damned can actually have. So, without further ado, let's get a look into the detail of these guys. You might be able to spot these two unhelmeted guys here, and these two are probably my favourite ones just because they have a little bit more character. First and foremost, you can see the kind of colour scheme for the armour is a very, very dark grey with silver highlighting on there. I also made use of a lot of the little pouches and little pockets and stuff that come on the Space Marines, but you know the stuff that we never ever use, and it just adds a nice little bit of extra colour to the model, and it just, you know, breaks it up a little bit. But yeah, so there's this guy here that I made. This guy, I mean, when I was on about it last time, there was no models really, but it was a case of you can really make some epic looking miniatures and really put a lot of character into these models. So with this guy is quite obviously a Space Wolf, as you can see by the face and the facial tattoos and stuff, which is pretty cool. I was actually pretty chuffed with the faces that I've done on these. I finally worked out how to do flesh decently again, because I forgot. And then I forgot how to do it again because I did it whilst I was slightly intoxicated. So that's really annoyed me. So now I've got to find out how to. I've got to rediscover for the 3rd time how to paint faces again. But yeah, guys. So this guy's kind of like, you know, going ham on something. He's got his bolter and his bolt pistol there because why not? He's a G. He's just got his guns there, just holding them out like ba 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 ba, and he just looks proper epic. For the studded shoulder pads, I kind of I didn't want to do it just the whole plain colour. Again, I wanted something in there to break it up, so I went for like a silver stud type option, and it was pretty easy to do. I just got an end of a paintbrush, dipped it in the silver paint, and then just blobbed it on there, and it worked out fine. I didn't really use a brush as such. This guy's using, I think it's the Iron Armour, mostly, with a couple of different marks of shoulder pads and a different mark of backpack. So we got him there. We've also got this guy here. Now, you will get... Oh, have I just... Shit! I've just fucking broken him. His gun's coming off. But you guys get an internet cookie if you can work out what Legion... Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to have to go and fix him now. If you guys get an internet cookie if you can work out what Legion this guy was from. So, yes, and we got some more pads there. We got the older style backpack. We got some of the Mark III shoulder pads going on there. They're my favourite shoulder pads, I think, because the banding on it allows it to be for the colour to be broken up quite nicely, and it just looks extra chunky. But as we can see, the face on this guy is proper cool. Oh, it's probably a little bit too bright there with my my spotlight on it. Let me just adjust it. There we go. That's a little bit better. But yeah, so I'm really chuffed with this. Really chuffed with the way the head turned out. I've even gone for even painted like the bolter casings inside the magazine. God damn it, that's going to annoy me now forever. But I've even gone for like a purpley tinge there, where obviously his bionics and stuff are have been melded to his face. I'm going to put him down because I'm sure I'm going to lose his bolter in just a second. Next up, we've got generic guy with two bolt pistols, because why the fuck not? Rule of cool. I've not painted any of the eyes on the helmets of these because I'm actually struggling as to what colour to do them. In fact, you guys can help me out with that. What colour do you think I should do the eyes on the helmets? Bear in mind, I mean, I could do them all different colours if I wanted to, because obviously they're all from... The whole idea with Black Shields is that they're like, from broken, shattered legions, Space Marines that have kind of given up on their chapter or on their legion and of basically fighting for themselves or fighting for another's cause type thing. So there's a mixture of all different legions and all different chapters on here. Also, I have this really cool chest plate. I've no idea what this chest plate is from. I know it's the Mark III. I think it's the Iron Armour or the Breacher Armour. I can't remember, but I don't know what these symbols mean on it. But yeah, so again, on the helmets, I've just gone for like a bright silver, the same colour as the edging and stuff, and the trim, and then I put like a red stripe on there again, just to break it up a little bit, because whilst obviously the Black Shields are supposed to, be black, I did want to have a little splash of colour in there, especially for the Marines that have helmets on. So here we've got a plasma gun guy. Again, Legion of the Damned, you're allowed a special weapon, so just a plasma gun or a heavy flamer, I think. And I've actually got a heavy flamer conversion that I'm working on currently, but he looks pretty cool. Again, I've used like a mishmash of different heads. Like this is a Devastator head, and I think somewhere, where is he? I've got I've got a I'll come to it in a second. But basically, I wanted it to be like literally look like the armor had been scavenged. So we've got all different marks, all different types. Here's the Sergeant. He's got a power fist and a bolt pistol, because why not? And he's got, this is my favourite of all time chest plate. According to the fluff, this is like the newest mark of chest plate with the ballistics gorget here. Oh, I need to put a wash on that silver in there. It's I missed that bit. It has a ballistics gorget that goes around the bottom of it, and it just looks amazing. I love how extra chunky it makes the armour look. But yeah, my favourite front plate for armour, indefinitely, is the one with the ballistics gorget. We've got the like old Chaos Space Marine backpack there, and it's great because there's actually no Chaos Space Marine markings on it. So it's just a great way of using up not colours, components and stuff that I've not used really. I've just been sitting in a box for a long time. We've got Mr. Pointy Man. He's pointing. He's like, the enemy, they're over there. Destroy them. So yeah, most of these guys kind of have the regular Space Marine legs. So I had to break it up a lot with the older shoulder pads and stuff. I didn't have any of the older marked helmets at the time. And then this guy's probably one of my favourites, even though I hate the helmets. Everyone knows that I've got a strong dislike of the beaky helmets, but having found out why they're actually beaky, it kind of made them look a little bit less stupid for me. Mainly because I found out that the beaky helmets are actually the more advanced Space Marine helmets, because the beak section actually houses a lot more technical gubbins, like more sensors and targeting arrays and all that kind of stuff, so it does kind of make sense. But this guy looks I was really chuffed with the way he turned out, and I didn't plan for this to happen. He actually looks just like the that limited edition one, in the same kind of pose, with the same kind of backpack and shoulder pads. I think if this shoulder pad was here, it would look perfect. And if you had the studs on his knee pads and legs, it would look even more perfect. But it just looks awesome. It looks like a proper old school Marine, made with new 40k parts, new 30k parts. But again, I've tried to break up the monotony of everything with, like using the iron armour arms and stuff mixed with regular arms, and it looks quite good. The armour does look very pieced and very cobbled together. I'm just going to bring these guys back, and I'm going to put my light on again, because I don't know, again, as you guys know on this channel, it's an ever struggling battle with bad lighting. I can never seem to get the right kind of lighting for anything, and I thought I'd sushed it, but it's not looking too good. Although I don't really know if that's because it's because the armor is so dark on these. But you might notice I've not actually based these guys, and that's because I think I'm going to definitely have them as some kind of a side force or a part ally with my Mechanicum. Have like a rogue Mechanicum element there. I was thinking of some cool fluff with them. And I was thinking maybe, I don't know, the Mechanicum got separated during the Horus Heresy or something. They didn't particularly stay loyal, but they didn't particularly join Horus. They just took advantage of the fact that while all this upheaval's are out, they can actually go and explore more and experiment with new technologies and stuff. Not quite heresy, but not quite loyalist, so somewhere in between. And then I thought, well, maybe one day these Black Shields were basically absolutely just shit out of luck. No supplies. They maybe had, like, I don't know, a Thunderhawk's capable of spaceflight? Yeah, Thunderhawk's capable of spaceflight, I'm sure. Maybe they had, like, a lone Thunderhawk or some kind of smaller Space Marine strike craft. They found, I don't know, they were doing a scan, they found this Mechanicum force. Mechanicum, obviously, were about to respond with extreme prejudice. Then found out that these Black Shield Space Marines were kind of in the same boat as them. They weren't owe any allegiance to anyone. And obviously, in exchange, the Mechanicum swapped the Marines' protection and for rearming them and resupplying them. So that ties them in perfectly with my Mechanicum force. But yeah, it's just such a cool concept. It's a really nice. It's going to look nice on the table. It's got a random element with the mixed armor, unified with the Black Shield theme and the Black Shield kind of paint scheme on there. But yeah, guys, so as a result of that, I'm going to be basing them like my Mechanicum with like a desert theme, I think. Again, that'll look quite nice with it broken up with the very, very dark with the very, very light on the base. I think it'll add a nice contrast on there. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think of these guys so far. I do have a few more knocking about somewhere, but they're kind of like in a state of half-finishedness. So yeah, so you guys let me know. In fact, right, okay, so guys, as to recap, what colour... let me just zoom out a little bit more. What colour... Firstly, what colour shall we have the lenses on the helmets? Secondly, we need a name for this guy, who's quite obviously a Space Wolf. We need a name for this guy, who... There's an internet cookie for the one who decides to guess what Legion he's from. Yes, and we can maybe have a name for this guy. I think I might just call him Beaky... Yeah, we're just going to call him Beaky Jim. But we need a name for this Space Wolf dude with 2 bolters and this guy who will remain a nameless Legion until someone in the comments says it. What do you think, guys? But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. There's going to be no beauty shots on this because they're not fully finished, not fully based. But once I've done them all, I will do like some proper cool like beauty shots of them all as like a group. I'm actually working on a commander as well for them. I'm not. I mean, it's going to be weird because the whole Black Shield thing. It's supposed. I get if anyone's ever played the Metal Gear Solid series, I've got a very strong sense of Outer Heaven, big boss kind of, feel with these guys. Like maybe there was one guy one Marine, one, I don't know, quite high up commander who thought, you know what, this is stupid, I'm going to go it on my own. And he then attracted these other guys to him. I also need a name for this Black Shield Warband as well, so put your suggestions in the doobly-doo as well. But yeah, so anyway, I'm a bit all over the place at the moment. I've just woken up. So yeah, so the whole idea of it is, like I said, I've not written any concrete fluff for these guys yet. But when I do, I might submit it to 40k theories just to see if there's any if I can write any fluff for them and see if he can publish it for me. But anyway, so maybe there was one commander and he attracted all these other Space Marines with the same ideals who would kind of didn't want to join Chaos but didn't want to stay loyal to the Emperor. They wanted to kind of like do their own thing. I've got some writing to do. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you at that. Please don't forget to comment in the doobly-doo down below. Don't forget to like, favourite, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. So, see you now. And goodbye. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group as well for little sneak peeks. See you guys, and goodbye. Bye, 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 bye.